What's going on, everybody? So, we got the review for episodes 1 and 2 of X-Men 97, which is episode 1 is To Meet My X-Men. And episode 2 is Mutant Liberation Begins. Um, Starting with episode 1, To Meet My X-Men, is more is I want to say is almost like a spiritual recreation of uh, Night of the Sentinels Part One. Which, if you're a fan of the original X Men animated series, you'll know that's like the first episode of the first season, which focuses on it's a two-part that focuses on Jubilee and her introduction into the X Men and the X Men's introduction to the world itself. And this is on par with that. And the reason why I say it's a spiritual recreation is because instead of Jubilee this time in To Me My X-Men, it's a different mutant um, who I believe is Sunspot. I believe it's Sunspot, and he forms a connection with Jubilee because this is like I said, almost on par recreation of Night of the Sentinels Part 1 and 2. Um, from there, they have the X Men pretty much deals with the. I think it's been like a year since uh, Professor X left Earth to get treatment for what happened to him at the end of graduation day. Um, and pretty much he is he is gone. Scott leads the team, and the X Men is trying to figure out how to move forward without Professor X guiding them to do what to do. That they pretty much have to decide for themselves now. Um, there are there are a lot of callbacks to the original series, a lot of story beats, a lot of callbacks. Um, but yeah, they found out the mutant activist hate group. They got in their hands on some technology, which is Sentinel based technology to deal with the growing tide. And we found out that in this continuation of the world after Professor X, it seems now that humans are more willing to coexist now with with the mutants because of what happened publicly on TV to Professor X and the notion that he is dead. Like the world is under the assumption that the world just seen Professor X get killed. So now the world is trying to now instead of building all these sentinels and doing all this stuff to capture mutants, the world of the regular people have decided to work with the mutants because all Charles wanted was peace, and somebody in their minds, killed him on national TV. So they decided to honor him by trying to bring peace between mutants and and the world alike. Uh, but the X Men have to deal with, like I said, these hate groups that's getting these technology that's based off of Sentinel technology, and they trying to figure out who is the person behind it that's supplying these people with these technologies built from Sentinels and whatnot. And we still, of course, like we saw in the trailers, we do get some Sentinels action. But then we jump over to episode 2, which is Mutant Liberation Begins. And this goes off. I forgot. I should have mentioned that. Then we get with the end. We get the ending where Magneto is like, Charles left everything to me, my X Men, and then that episode picks up with that. The second episode, Mutant Liberation Begins, picks up with that episode left off, where it's a Magneto eccentric almost episode. The X Men, not saying that the X Men is not in the episode, but it heavily focused on Magneto, as we get to see from the trailers. This Magneto on trial at the UN, and Magneto has turned over a new leaf, um, or so it seems anyway, because he wants to honor uh, Charles Xavier's example that he left when he went off to get treatment or supposedly died. Uh, so Magneto is trying to smooth things over with the X-Men because nobody trusts him. Because they've been through so many battles with him as their enemy. It's hard to believe uh, that he's now their new leader. And with Jean and Scott's pregnant baby almost on the way, they're kind of considering leaving anyway. But there's a moment where a person questions Charles' decisions, and Magneto, he in a sense of solidarity, he said for the longest time that's my been my point against Charles. Sometimes is and for all the things he gets right, there are some things he makes a mistake on, and he agrees with this person that Charles can make mistakes, and that maybe this was one of them, making him the leader of the X-Men, leaving everything to him. But Beast has a wonderful quote about that, and the quote in short basically comes out to saying that the best way to destroy your enemy is to make him your friend. Um, so that was his reasoning on why Charles did what he did. The rest of the episode is, like I said, is Magneto being on trial. I think Magneto even saved some people in this episode, and then he gets on trial to where he has to explain um, himself and his actions and why he did the things he has done. And also, while on the other major plot of this episode is that those same hate group people from the first episode are back at it again, but this time they got a gun with them that can shoot a beam similar to the inhibitor collars that prohibits you from using your mutant abilities, but this beam is more concentrated, more deadly. So we're gonna if hit with it, you will lose. It seems like, at least right now, it seems like you lose your ability to use your mutant powers permanently. So whether or not someone gets hit with it, you have to watch the episode yourself. But that plays a plot into this. Magneto, like I said, is on trial for his crimes and his past actions. And while he explains in a wonderful detail, I won't go into how he explains it, but he explains himself, and where you kind of like get to see his point of view and be like, I mean, yeah, I guess he kind of had a rough deal. Um, uh, oh my God, I'm trying to somebody coming through my phone, and I gotta stop the. Yeah, there you go. Uh huh. Anyway, uh, I don't. It was a wonderful way that they make you sympathize with him, and that he had even the notion that that he'll have to say humans and mutants. He hate the word coexist. It's like he struggled to get that out. It was like right here, and he just like, bleh. He like, bleh. Oh God, saying that word coexist. But that was like the main struggles of those episodes. Um, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed both episodes. I'm looking forward to episode 2. So far, so good. There's a major banger cliffhanger for episode 2, and I don't even want to tell you what it is. But of course, but I will say this: I saw like like the people who breaks it down in the Easter eggs, and apparently this ending calls back to some Easter eggs in some X-Men comic books that the directors and them confirmed that they were going to be taking inspiration from for this new continuation series. Since these comics will have came out, I think, from '97 onwards. So they taking inspiration from any comics that came out from '97 onwards after the show ended. So, and that ending sets up one of those major conflicts and stuff, especially especially when something happens, it kind of confirms that it kind of confirms it, but Uh, oh Jesus Christ! Somebody keep calling me. I'm trying to do this video. It's very unprofessional, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. There we go. But yeah. So it basically confirms that this plot that they're gonna be using for these comments, and it's pretty good. It's interesting because it's like holy crap. So who is what you know. Um, but yeah, that's it. I like the graphics. I like the details of the series. I mean, heck, I'm probably gonna rewatch both episodes again just because I had that much fun watching it. Uh, but yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it. It captures beautifully the essence of the show from 1992, that the original animated series. It perfectly captures the essence of that. It feels like that show never left. Watching it feels like that show never left. Um, yeah, I'm gonna give both episodes. I'm gonna give them a combined 9 out of 10. Um, Nothing bad. Just it's just it's good for the first 2 episodes. I don't see no wokeness in it. I really don't. Like I know people was concerned about that, but at least for the first 2 episodes, I see nothing in it that's woke. So hopefully that's a good thing, you know. But yeah, 8 out of 10. Uh, I mean 9 out of 10. Or did I say 8 out of 10? 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Big ups, because it was good. It was good. I mean, it was great. I mean, but you let me know in the comments down below what you thought. If you enjoy my review, you know what to do. You hit this button right here for all of my reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much and want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit those buttons. And as always, hit one of these videos for more of my amazing content. But don't go anywhere because I got more. Always do. Peace.